And there's basically going to be a new War Machine in Marvel Legacy.
Okay.
And for the first time ever, donning the armor of donning a Stark armor,
She knows who this is.
Yeah.
Frank Castle
That's
is going to become the War Machine.
Oh, that's just bad
shit.
news written all over
Yes.
it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Cannot
Take
wait.
my fucking money now.
That is just...
Dear
That is...
Netflix,
Right?
please make this real. Please
This is
get
like-
John Bernthal.
Okay,
please get Mr. Bernthal.
she can't handle this.
whoever thought of this is as genius as the person that said, hey, let's give Professor X amnesia. Or, like, Alzheimer's. That's just genius. That is fucking genius. Oh my
Because he
god.
brings the war, he brings the pain, have him don that suit.
Holy
There you go.
shit.
Frank Castle as the War Machine.
Awesome.
Holy shit.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes.
That's all I can say to that.
I approve of this.
Marvel. You got one right.
Wow.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm gonna get basic white girl here. I can't even.
We need to put. That's got to be a soundbite. That's got to be a.
even.
It's got to be a soundbite.
It does.
Anyway, now in the last tidbit for Thursday, in the news article that broke the internet, Hulu dropped some bombshell news. Who'd have thought Hulu of all things? Hulu dropped some bombshell news. Hulu is bringing back the feelings of TGIF
Who knew?
because they're bringing back TGIF.
Wow.
Starting on the 29th of September, they are bringing back, for full streaming, Full House, Family Matters, Step by Step, Perfect Strangers, and Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Wow.
The actual Friday night TGIF ABC lineup.
Nice.
Kind of sad that they're not bringing back just the 10 of us. 'Cause
Yeah.
that was a TGIF show too, as well as Boy Meets World.
Boy Meets World was a TGIF show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but if you remember correctly, these were like the first.
Those were, yeah.
These
they-
were the
Yeah.
first. And also, it's actually going in conjunction with, because that will mark the 30th anniversary of Full House, as well as the 25th anniversary of Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
That is insane.
Yep. People went absolutely ballistic and apeshit over this news. This article actually broke the internet on Friday.
Wow.
Now, finally, pressing forward to Friday and everything like that. For you Chucky fans, Cult of Chucky is on the way and everything like that, and everybody,
Yeah.
there's a lot of returning characters, but there was one that everybody was wondering about because, Jennifer Tilly's in it as Jennifer Tilly, so what the hell's going on? And they released their first image that Tiffany is returning.
Tiffany the doll.
Tiffany the
Let's
doll
get specific here.
is
But-
returning.
But I wonder how. She's technically into Jennifer Tilly's body, so I guess.
This is
Does it
how many
matter
Chucky
at this
movies
point?
Still, it's like.
Chucky has been melted. Chucky has been chopped up. Really? How many horror movies have you watched and you're asking this?
I'm sad. It's a lot to handle. If you put it all in one movie, it's like.
How many times did Jason come back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Michael Myers.
Michael Myers?
Freddy.
Freddy.
Krueger.
Freddy doesn't count.
But you see my point here, right?
Yeah.
You're seriously asking this question. You're the horror maestro in this house, and you're seriously asking this question?
You're fired.
Pick up the phone!
There are no rules in horror movies.
Pick up the phone!
The only rule
Because
is
you're
the horny.
fucking fired!
The only rule is the horny teenagers die.
Yes.
Exactly, pretty much. But no, Tiffany is slated to make its return. In additional mobile gaming news, we had a lot of mobile gaming news. Right now, let's call a spade a spade. Mobile gaming is hot.
I wouldn't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you're stuck in a game. I'm stuck in a game. It's just.
I am hopelessly addicted to the Disney Emoji Blitz.
I just
Hopelessly
started.
addicted.
I just started WWE Supercard. Mobile gaming is addicting.
If we weren't on the air, I'd be playing right now.
Yee. Hallelujah.
Speaking of emojis, have you heard the news about the Emoji Movie?
No, not yet. But hold that thought. Hold that thought. Hold that thought.
Okay.
Marvel of course has another mobile game coming out and everything like that. It's going to be made by Aftershock Studios. Now, Aftershock Studios is actually they're being very bold. They're going balls to the walls for something that's like really special in mobile gaming that really fully hasn't been done yet. It's obviously a new Marvel game. It's going to be an RPG based, promising an exciting storyline, epic moments with both heroes and villains, incredible visuals, truly bringing characters to life. It's their biggest and boldest project yet, and they're saying it promises to exceed fan expectations. Like, I mean, everything is all about the phone.
Well, that being said, if they're trying to promise all that, there's no way it's going to be one of the free-to-play games. No way.
Well, that's how they always get you. You know, you want better content, you want this, you want that, you gotta pay. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
And everything like that. But no, keep an eye out on that. There's no release date already, but they've apparently got big plans for this thing. Now, moving on with the news. There's been a lot of speculation on what's going on with Ben Affleck and the whole Batman thing. Well, Ben Affleck, of course, laid that bone to rest and everything like that this past weekend. He is, in fact, it was breaking just before we came on the air. He is, in fact, signed on for the current director's Batman trilogy. He's in. He even said he wouldn't care what this over Comic-Con. He said he wouldn't care if he was just playing an ape crawling on his belly for this director. He would do it. He'd be an idiot to walk away from. He's like, as he said, and this, I'm quoting here. He goes, "It's fucking Batman." It's exactly. He's like, "It's fucking Batman. He's the coolest fucking character in the DC universe." Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. It's just, it was too much for him to do at once. You know, you're trying to play Batman, you're trying to play Bruce Wayne, you're trying to write it, and you're trying to direct it.
Batman.
We have a hard time running.
Right?
We have a hard time running this show.
Right?
So I can only imagine what he was going through and everything like that. But if you remember, though, when he did have lead of everything, there was a certain villain everybody was intrigued about, and by the name of Deathstroke, played by Joe.
How do you say his name again?
Magnolia.
There we
Thank
go.
you very much. I can't say her name. I'm thankful she's here tonight. Okay.
He actually said that as he was writing the notes down.
Yeah.
He said, "Thank God she's here tonight."
It's exactly what I did. They finally interviewed him, and they got some sort of an answer out of him. They basically asked him, you know, how he was feeling about everything, and pretty much he answered all questions, very monotone and everything like that. They were like, "Do you know anything about it?" He goes, "Yes, I do." "Are you allowed to talk about it?" "No, I'm not."
I can't see
And everything like
playing
that.
Deathstroke, though.
I can.
I can't. And I think it's simple because he's played like those characters in Magic Mike and also True Blood.
That's the thing.
I can't see it.
I can.
I look at it this way.
I can
still
see him playing anything.
Really.
Well,
He could play a fucking fiddle over here.
Anyway, the thing is, if he was out, I think they would have blatantly said he's out at this point.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? There was by him not saying anything, and that he knows things. Well, if he knows things, then he's probably still attached.
Mm-hmm.
We all have to wait and see. We don't expect it. I mean, the other flip side of it, he may not be permitted to say anything. He may not be a part of it, but not permitted to say anything legally either.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another thing as well. Who knows? Honestly, I still think he's still attached to it. I think he's probably the best choice for it. He's already been studying. He's already been practicing. He's got a great look, and he's a good actor. So, moving on. Moving on with news. The struggle, as we had said, Tales from the Crypt was actually dead, no pun intended, and everything in terms of a rebooted series by M. Night for TNT. Well, apparently that is not the case yet either. Apparently, they've just been quietly still. As we said, it was originally dropped because of copyright reasons and rights and everything like that. And everybody assumed it was dead and buried because TNT said, well, if it's going to be up in rights, then that's it, it's up in rights. Well, apparently, TNT just filled in the fact that it actually has still been going to battle over the rights of it and everything like that. Someone that's a part of TNT, one of the higher-ups, they says the only thing is that for all the years that they have been in television and broadcasting, they have never been in such a crazy debacle over rights in their entire career for this show and everything like that. So it's not off the table yet. It's just still going through a whole legal battle. So
I dropped some huge Tales from the Crypt nerd knowledge on Ron and Salem this weekend because we were in the Count Orlok's Horror Wax Museum thing, and the Crypt Keeper was there, and they had a couple little props here and there, and there was an autographed picture of one of the Santa Claus character.
Oh, yeah.
So he's like, what the hell is that from? I'm like, that's from Tales from the Crypt episode 1, the very first premiere episode. It had 3 episodes in it. I was like, one was the Santa Claus one was the guy that worked in a circus that had 9 lives, and then the other one was with Leah Thompson where she lost all her beauty. And he was like, you're a nerd. Like, fucking hair right I am.
Actually, I really don't have a what the fuck. This is not really what the fuck. After reading the article, I kind of see their point. WWE has made big news as of today and everything like that. There's potential talks. It's nothing that's happening yet. It's just looking at a future plan as things are going forward. They're potentially looking at they're going to be moving their programming off TV and solely to the network. Now, it wouldn't be anytime particularly soon and immediate. It's just their biggest marketing revenue, of course, still comes from television shows.
Yes.
They make well over $6 million and $9 million on that stuff and everything like that. So it's still banking money. But what they have been noticing is there's been a steady climb. Bless you. Woo! There's been a steady climb on revenue coming from their YouTube and all other forms of media of that fashion. Their YouTube, also with the big boom of Netflix and Hulu and things like that, Amazon Fire Stick and everything like that. It's obviously becoming very apparent that soon network television will probably begin making its way out to pasture. So WWE has kind of been looking at those numbers and looking at the fact that they may eventually, as network television starts progressing outwards, they're going to pull their programming inwards towards the network. Only time will tell.
Yeah.
It had people up in arms, but again, you got to read the article.
Yeah.
And before everything, again, they said it's nothing immediate, but it is something that they are looking at. And if the numbers progress the way they are progressing, that's going to be the smartest way to go.
It could also be an NBC contract thing that they probably want to pump in more money, and WWE is like, wait a minute, we're getting more viewers and more ratings per se with other venues than network television.
Yeah, that's the thing,
because if you look at it, Raw and SmackDown really only have advertising for their shows on Mondays and Tuesdays.
Yeah,
well, that's the thing.
You don't see
not like it used to be, like when you were on Sci-Fi.
I mean, because there's been no question. They said there's been no question that on television their ratings have progressively been dropping.
Yeah,
steadily.
And with so many new shows coming out in the fall on Mondays, and plus football, viewership for Raw and SmackDown is going to continuously decline once the fall season starts.
Well, again, this is where they were talking about there is a balance. Though this was part of it as well. They were saying, though they're seeing the decline on their live programming, people were thinking, oh, this has got to be hurting their business. It's actually on the contrary. Their business is actually booming now, because of everything else that they're doing. People are clicking on the YouTube. People loved Southpaw Wrestling to the point that they're waiting for the next season of Southpaw Wrestling because they got more guys. AJ Styles is going to be a part of it. There's more people that are doing it. People are clicking on their social media stuff. People are following all that stuff more than the show. They like the inside videos, the interviews and the up, down, down and all. They like seeing all that stuff because they still do get to see the wrestling, but they get to see more than what's on it. And on top of that, you bypass. Think about it. We love watching stuff on DVR, and you bypass the commercials, you bypass all the stuff and everything like that. Maybe YouTube, I got to deal with 30 seconds of one for a set, but for the most part, I'm going to sit through 3, 4, 5 minutes of commercials. I could just zip through what I want, or I could just jump to what I wanted to watch and everything like that. So, again, it's nothing that's happened, but it's numbers that they are following. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is your nerd news for the week. Wow, on an hour on the spot.
Woo!
Woohoo! Booyah!
Boom shakalaka laka.
That too.
Shamalama moo moo.
Shamalama moo.
Excelsior.
Oh, wait a minute. One last thing. Actually, there is one last thing to wrap up the nerd news of the week and everything like that. As we bring Shark Week to a close, Sci-Fi picks that ball right up and gives us our B-rated shark movies for a week.
Yes.
All the classics that we love. Sharktopus, Swamp Shark, all of them. You know which one I didn't see on there? Super Shark.
Yeah, Super Shark was not on. They have Malibu Shark Attack, Jersey Shore Shark Attack. Yeah, Malibu Shark was not there.
I was rather disappointed.
Yeah.
Shark in the Big City.
Shark in the Big City.
Never seen that one.
Well, they also have a plethora.
I like that.
The joke.
I know, I'm
Follow
getting
it.
to it. What is the plethora?
You don't know what a plethora is?
Why, Damien?
Well, there is a plethora of shark movies coming from Asylum and everything like that. And we have dates titles and descriptions.
Yeah.
Yep.